Winter is here. For many of us, the weather has gotten pretty cold. I personally have about 5 inches of snow outside my window. What are some of the more unusual ways animals survive cold? Hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm Amy, environmental educator, wildlife rehabilitator, and obsessed organic gardener. Let's hop right in. Frozen frogs? Don't they die if they freeze? Wood frogs freeze solid in winter. Their heart stops beating and they cease breathing. But they don't die. They are able to live in Canada and Alaska because a special antifreeze like substance in their blood prevents ice crystals from damaging their cells. When spring arrives, they thaw and come back to life. In spring, the land warms faster than the frozen water. This gives the wood frog an ecological advantage, as it is the first frog to eat newly hatched insects and start reproducing. The wood frog can spend 8 months a year in this state of frozen animation. Their body produces glucose, which it sends to every cell. This helps their cells to not freeze. So essentially, it allows water crystals to form around their cells and organs, but not in them. They also push urea into cells for protection. Pretty nifty. Any other frog or animal, for that matter, would die from this experience. Scientists call these cryoprotectants, substances that protect biological tissue from freezing damage. Wood frogs can teach us a lot. The glucose they produce is similar as the glucose that humans produce with diabetes. How do wood frogs not develop diabetic symptoms? Scientific researchers also want to know how the wood frog stops and starts its heart. That would be a medical breakthrough. But wait, wood frogs are not the only animals that utilize cryoprotectants. Our favorite weather predictor, the woolly worm caterpillar or woolly bear, do as well. Folklore tells us that the greater amount of black, the harsher the winter will be. Since these caterpillars are active in fall, we often see them. But crazy, these tiny guys can survive down to negative 70 degrees. Our friendly woolly worm is the larva and caterpillar form of the Isabella tiger moth, which is common throughout North America. The woolly worm stage can endure multiple years in a frozen state, resuming growth each year and finally transforming into the moth. Many birds hibernate every winter to warmer grounds. Not hibernate. Many birds migrate every winter to warmer grounds. This little guy often stays put. The common poorwill is a nocturnal bird that survives on insects and lives throughout western America. During winter, they can sleep or enter torpor up to 5 months. Torpor is when an animal lowers its body temperature, heart rate, and breathing rate to conserve energy and heat. The common poorwill can lower its body heat to 41 degrees Fahrenheit. That's pretty low considering we humans run at 98.6 pretty consistently. So when their food source is scarce, they go into torpor. Pretty clever, really. Like poorwills, many hummingbird species use torpor, like this Anna's hummingbird. Hummingbirds in colder regions use torpor more often to survive freezing nights or when conserving energy. The Rufous hummingbird, who lives up in the Rocky Mountains, may enter torpor every night because even in summer, temps can go below freezing at higher elevations. What's fun about hummingbirds is they may also go into torpor after feeding. If you look closely, these pictures show crashed out hummingbirds near their feeders. But I did get a bit off topic. It's winter time, not summer. Wishful thinking. Groundhogs are one of the few animals that go into true hibernation mode. Their body goes through distinct changes. Their temperature drops from about 99 degrees Fahrenheit to as low as 37 degrees, and their heart rate and breathing slow. Their heart rate goes from about 80 beats per minute to about 5 beats per minute. They hibernate in a deep chamber below the frost line. Male groundhogs may wake up when it is still cold in February to look for love by making house calls on nearby ladies. After determining who his potential suitors are, he goes back to sleep and awakens in March for mating season. However, our national celebrity, Punxsutawney Phil, is roused to predict the coming of spring. If he sees his shadow, the belief is that there will be 6 more weeks of winter weather. If he doesn't see his shadow, spring will come early. There is a pond near me full of these guys, painted turtles. I love watching them come out and sun themselves in spring, but during the winter the pond freezes over and the turtles go into brumation. Brumation is a natural state of dormancy that reptiles enter during the winter or when temperatures drop, so similar to hibernation. Brumation allows painted turtles to conserve energy and reduce their need for oxygen. They dig down in the mud at the bottom of the pond. They can survive without food or much oxygen for up to 100 days. During brumation, turtles don't require much oxygen, but what they do get comes in their butt. The turtle's butthole, or cloaca to be specific, is the part of their body where they expel waste, also where eggs come out. It has a lot of blood vessels that can absorb oxygen from the water. The scientific term for butt breathing is cloacal respiration. When I think of alligators, I think of Florida, the Everglades, and warm weather. But there have been times when the alligator's territory in the southern part of the U.S. does drop below freezing. During those times, the alligator's body goes into action. Like other reptiles, they experience brumation. They stick their snouts above the water to breathe while their body metabolism slows down. If you didn't get what you want for the holidays and you need a good book, you can check out my books on Amazon. You can also check out my Sleep Tight video on hibernation. As I'm releasing this on Christmas Eve, I just want to say Happy Holidays! Whether you celebrate the solstice, Christmas, Hanukkah, or any other, I hope you find a warm spot in your life and a warm spot in your heart to help the animals. Thanks for watching and have a fabulous holiday season.